Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share what does it mean to be an intuitive empath. For those that are new or not aware as what is an empath, empath comes from the word empathy. Empathy means to be able to feel, sense the feelings and thoughts of other people. Intuitive from intuition. Intuition means you have a sense, an inner knowing from inside yourself, not outside. Empathy is from the environment, interacting with the environment around you. Intuition is coming in within yourself to see what kind of thoughts, what kind of ideas, a sense of how you should react to your environment. Once you pick up all those signals, how shall you respond to all those signals that you are receiving? That is your intuition. So to be an intuitive empath, you have to have both. What I want to do is demystify this concept of being an intuitive empath or just an empath in general. When we look at when we see TV, especially back in the older days, when I was seeing like Babylon 5 and all the older movies where they portray empath as being someone very psychic, telekinesis, and like, when you look at folks like Charles Xavier from the X-Men, okay, I can read your mind, I jump into your mind, and I can control you, blah, 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 like that. Well, it isn't exactly that in real life. It's glorified to be something grand and explosive and where it's just more catchy. But in life, intuitive empath is not that flashy, to say. What people don't talk about with intuitive empath is that they think of this superpower as having control of other people, able to read their mind, see what the in-depth, what inside, or to be able to control objects with telekinesis and just fling people to the side or 20 feet away like Jean from X-Men. But in reality, you can sum it up as being very lame. I don't know, lame. I wouldn't think of it as a superpower like they portray in the movie. When you see intuitive empath in life, it's more like a curse. I don't think any intuitive empath think of it as being a gift or a superpower. They think more of it being a curse than anything else, because yes, it's nice to feel joy of other people, but most of the time, human beings are not a happy people. They are very negative. They have all this trash coming out of their mind. So being an empath means you're able to feel this pain and suffering of other people, the anger, the frustration, the limiting thinking, and all that stuff. You have to take it all in, just like how a cell phone receives a signal from the cell tower. People talk about 5G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, or how many G there are that is so toxic to people as geomagnetic radiation. I'm sorry, but 5G is nothing compared to a negative person. A negative person gives off more energy that is more toxic than that 5G. When people think so negatively, I hate life, the anger, the frustration, all that energy being radiated out into the environment. And an empath can pick that thing up just like that. Just like the phone picking up the signal from the cell tower. And that is very toxic. Those toxic emotion and energy is very detrimental to the empath around. So why do people are empathic? What's the purpose of being empathic? This is where people don't understand in spiritual community the word transmutation. Transmutation, I'm going to transmute negative energy. It doesn't mean you wave a magic wand and oh yeah, all that negative energy, bye-bye, see you. It doesn't work that way. That negative energy, you have to go by the law of the universe. The strong give to the weak, meaning you are weak in negative energy and you're strong in positive energy. You give that positive vibe away to people, to lift them up, to elevate the soul, to raise the frequency. In return, you suck all that negative energy in because you lack negative energy, because you're low in that. So by the natural law of transfer, energy transfer in the universe, you take those energy in it become a part of you. Now you have to integrate and deal with that negative energy within yourself, because that you're naturally high in positivity, your frequency is higher, your vibration, not vibration, but your frequency is higher, then you're able to integrate that. But it takes time. Integrating negative energy, low frequency energy, is a painful process, because it can make you moody, grumpy, because it's just not like you're integrating a small piece, you're being flooded by it 24/7 all around your environment. When you become backlogged, you become irritated, moody, cranky, and all the other things, because it's like a disruption within your system. That negativity and this low frequency radiation around, you are elevating it, giving to it, raising it up, but to balance it out, just like when you mix two liquid together, it's going to blend, but it takes some time. So transmutation is not like a magic wand. You have to feel it, sense the energy, raise it up, until it becomes integrated to yourself. I hope that makes sense. And before, when I heard transmutation, I do not understand what it means. For me, that's how I looked at it. Something that you have to, it's hands-on. That's what part of being an empath here is, to transmute negative energy. To transmute negative energy means we have to feel it, sense it, embrace it, love it, and let it go. Empaths are here to help raise the frequency of the planet by transmuting this negative energy. And it's not something, it doesn't seem so glorified once you understand how it works, how the mechanism beside it. And since the world that we live in is so high in negativity, being an empath can be tiresome, because there is nowhere to run or hide. Sometimes they have to isolate themselves by taking time out, like, stop, I can't handle it anymore. I need to handle my backlog, and I need to get myself back into balance before I take another wave of this negativity or this low frequency vibration energy coming in. That's where people need to set boundaries, where I need time out for myself. I need to ground, I need to disconnect and get everything back in order before I can re-engage with life again. The level of everybody's empathic, everybody intuitive. There is no such thing as one, okay, he's not, he is. Everybody is an intuitive empath. But the level of sensitivity, the level of mastery of that skill sets, or that curse, whatever you want to put it, depends on where you are in stage of development, how far you are along in your path of self-mastery. You can be a number 1 from a scale of full mastery, at number 10 from 1 where you just, I am still deep asleep and I don't care. So you could be a number 1, number 3, 8, or 10. Most people grew up ignoring their feeling. They live by the mental mind, ignore the heart, the conscience, and those people are less empathic because they can feel it, but they ignore it. And over time, they became clogged. They became what I call congested, constipated, because they're shrinking. When you're not embracing those things, you're not letting go, when you're just being contracting by all those negative energy and emotions, and you're not dealing with it, you're not embracing it, you're not letting it go, then your frequency is getting lower and lower each day. Because of the choices that we make. We are influenced by our environment, our social conditioning, family background, school, everything. We have so much layers and layers of indoctrination, all the stuff we cram into our mind now. So one day we have to realize we have to let go of all those. That's where the spiritual awakening comes into place, where we realize that in order to be my true self, I have to let go of a lot of things that's no longer serving me. Let go of all those repressed emotions, let go of those limiting thought patterns and stuff like that. Intuitive empath, they know what to do. They have a high sense of intuition, how to interact with the environment, how to do things. Basically, if those that are highly attuned to themselves, to the environment, they are very highly conscious and aware being. But those who are conditioned, so depends on in their sole purpose and plan, the learning, they can be put in an environment where all those things are being suppressed, where they are too much to handle, they want to deal with it, they shove it aside, all that stuff, then they become clogged. So in order for them to be raised in frequency, have a better life, happier, you have to unclog and let go of all those things I talked about earlier. Repressed emotion, social conditioning, learning to accept who you are, self-love, self-acceptance. And those who are able to get past, get by, and manage to survive somehow, where they attain some certain level of consciousness, awakeness, and self-mastery, they are forced to be reckoned with. You cannot lie to them, you cannot cheat to them, and they will not tolerate fakeness, because it's so easily to spot. When an intuitive empath is tuned in, tapped in, and connected, it will not tolerate any insincerity, fakeness, deceit, deception, manipulation. No, they have a very clear boundary of what they will let in and accept. Being an intuitive empath doesn't mean you are awakened. What I can share is being an intuitive empath, I mean, you can put in the category of being woke. Woke means you are conscious and aware to a certain degree. Being awakened means you know who you are, what you're here to do, and your connection to source. You're not fully tuned in, tapped in, connected yet until you're fully awakened. Awakened means you know who you are. You know you are the creator. You're here to co-create this reality. And that's what it means to be a fully conscious and aware and an awakened intuitive empath. And those are able to get there, able to share their story, their experience, to help others to achieve the same level of consciousness, awareness, and awakeness as they have accomplished in their life. And give some kind of guidance for those that are new, beginning, or lost, so that they can be recalibrated, readjusted, and unclogged, and so they can continue with their life to be more in peace with themselves and have an understanding of what they're here to do and their purpose to society. And I hope that clarifies something about intuitive empath as is a gift, a blessing, or a curse. That's dependent on each person. And it is not something that is unique or special to anybody. Everybody is an intuitive empath. You just have to tune in, tap in, and get unclogged. Thank you.